All right, guys, as I'm sure you are well informed and know all about it, there was an assassination attempt on former President Trump's life. And I just have a few things to say that I think need to be said. Fear-mongering. There are countless clips online from mainstream media pundits in the Biden-Harris campaign for years, and especially in the last few weeks after the debate, that democracy will end if Trump is elected, that he will be a fascist dictator like Hitler. These talking points are repeated continuously. He's already been president before. We know that that's not true. Rhetoric like this against political opponents in an election cycle is the most dangerous thing you can do or say. You may disagree with Trump on issues or his character, but to say he is Hitler and wants to end democracy is a ridiculous lie that inspires unhinged people who believe it to think they have no choice but to do something about it. Overall, I like the way Trump governed, but he has said and done things I didn't like at all. And unhealthy rhetoric comes from both sides, not just the Democratic side. However, I have never seen anything like the disdain for Trump and the attempt to hurt him. To disagree with him about border policies, whether abortion is a state's or federal issue, how DEI should be interpreted and applied, etc., is fine. Different opinions, freedom of speech is what makes this country great. To insinuate "Make America Great Again" was a racist slogan was a lie. He clearly explained from the beginning that he was referring to our economy, our levels of manufacturing and exports, and our status on the world stage. To want border security and legal immigration only is not a prejudiced stance. To say he's a white supremacist or hates foreigners is a lie. Every word he says is pulled out of context and propagated on ad campaigns and media narratives to indoctrinate people. And it's working, especially with young people who really believe he's the next Hitler. Case in point, this shooter. I've seen several leftists on Twitter being sad that he missed and wishing he had died. Now, to be fair, the prominent Democrats have came out and denounced political violence, but go on Twitter and see what the indoctrinated crazies are saying. You can be mad at me for saying this, I don't care. We're in a bad place right now. This is very worrying. I don't like what happened on January 6th. I was ashamed of the way Trump threw Pence under the bus and couldn't take defeat. Was there voter fraud? Probably, but I don't have proof of that. It definitely should have been looked into, but Trump should have acted differently. Now, some on the right might be mad at me for this. I don't care. One thing is for sure, it has been proven the media admitted that they buried the Hunter Biden stories on purpose right before the election. And something else that's true is Hillary Clinton still says that Russia helped Trump get elected and it was a fraudulent election, yet with no proof. So, it goes both ways. I implore you, do your own research. Get opinions and views from all sides. Don't believe everything you hear without following up on it. You'll probably, if you do that, end up being like Bill Maher, Joe Rogan, Russell Brand, Dave Rubin, etc. People clearly on the left who are leaving that side because they see the woke nonsense as going way too far. Hopefully we can disagree about issues, vote for different people, and still be friends and co-members of society. The most important thing we can do is stop demonizing the other side and working people up into a frenzy with lies to try to win elections. Because when we do things like that, things like this happen. Forget Trump's ear. An innocent person is dead from an assassination attempt on a political nominee based on extreme rhetoric and lies. I do want to thank the Secret Service counter snipers that took out the shooter before he could kill anybody else. And I want to thank the people who jumped and covered Trump with their bodies, using their bodies as a shield. Very, very awesome, and I salute you guys. But there's some things that have to be answered. A lot is unclear right now, but here is what is clear. Multiple people for multiple minutes told authorities about the shooter on the roof. They saw him and the gun. At least for 40 seconds or so, the Secret Service sniper had him in their sights. Police were already climbing up to the roof. Why during this time was Trump not escorted off the stage? Why didn't they stop his speech long enough to take care of the situation? Had they rushed the stage, stopped the speech until they could verify what was going on, more than likely the shooter would have got scared, tried to escape, and that innocent victim who passed away would still be alive today. During COVID, the Democrats love to say how all this misinformation was being propagated. Have you ever seen misinformation like how they attack Trump? If by chance some young people who believe Trump is Hitler watch this video, man, think about it. Use some wisdom. Stop and really take in all the facts, all the accounts, listen to both sides, get out of your echo chamber, and really think for yourself. Okay? This is nonsense. He's already been president before. He did a great job. The economy was booming. Things were not bad. He was not a dictator. That is complete nonsense. COVID happened and it kind of ruined the economy and it kind of made a mess of everything. But our economy was in phenomenal shape. The mainstream media, which is mainly on the left, are liars. Now, do people on the right lie? Of course. Is there, media sources on the right that also fabricate and lie? Yes. I see stories on Facebook from right-leaning people that are complete lies all the time. Misinformation, 100%, disinformation. So it happens on both sides. So, I'm not acting like it's only a one-sided thing. But this attack on Trump that's been going on by the media is the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen. They, I guess, have convinced themselves that it is an existential threat, and so anything is okay, anything's acceptable, any distorting of facts, any pulling out of context, anything and everything is acceptable. It's complete and utter nonsense. Honestly, didn't vote for Trump on any one of the primaries. I believe I voted for Mike Huckabee, Ted Cruz, Ron DeSantis. I've never actually wanted Trump to be the nominee, so some might be mad at me for that. I don't care. But it was the easiest decision I've ever made in my life to vote Trump over Clinton and to vote Trump over Biden. And during Trump's presidency, he actually was much better than I was expecting. He really did a good job. He ran up our national debt terribly, and I don't agree with some of the things he did. The biggest thing I don't agree with him on is how he treated his own people. They would disagree with him about something, and he would just absolutely publicly scorn them and kick them off the Trump bus or whatever. I did not agree with the way he treated his own people. I did not like January 6th, especially how he talked about Mike Pence and all that stuff. Plenty of things I don't like about him. But as a president, he did a pretty darn good job. He's not controlled by the elites and the deep state. That's just the truth. See, what happens is whether they're genuine or not, when they get into office, there's people that have been in place for a long time that are these elites that really are controlling this country, okay? And they start to, they're also control money, they're donors or they're special interest, whatever. They'll sit people down and say, look, we understood you said that, but really that's not a good idea, and here's why. Because it's going to upset powerful people in powerful places. Trump actually did what he said he was going to do, and he did not care what the world said or what these elites said. That's why they hate him. That's the number one reason, is they can't control him. To a degree, they controlled the Bushes, they controlled Clinton, they controlled Obama, and they couldn't control Trump. That's the main reason that they're against him, okay? You look at his policies regarding abortion and LGBTQ stuff, he's really not that conservative. He's more of a moderate. Now, luckily, he put on 3 good justices on a Supreme Court that killed Roe v. Wade, one of the greatest things I've ever seen, and send it back to the states. He didn't abolish abortion at all. That's another misinformation lie. He simply put justices on there that read the Constitution the way it was intended and not making it up in their own minds. And so that was sent back to the states. That's another example. Lies. He's trying to end abortion. He's trying to do this. No. Stop making up crap. Stop lying about what he's doing. He's got character flaws for sure. He obviously is very high on himself to a bad degree. But he's got some good character flaws too. Look at how he stood up after being shot and pumped his fist and said to fight on. He's got some strength now. So whether you like him or not, if there's anyone out there that's watching this and listening, stop believing lies. You're being told lies. You're being indoctrinated with nonsense. And at the root cause, or the root evil of all this stuff, are elites and powerful people in this world that hate Donald Trump because they could not control him like they could other people. But he is not a fascist dictator. That is absolute 100% garbage. Hopefully you've got something out of this video. Leave a comment below. Am I right? Am I wrong? I'd appreciate it if you'd like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. If I get more subscribers on this channel, I would love to do more content. Got a lot to say. Hopefully you have a great day. God bless this country. And God bless you guys watching. You should be grateful, whether you're Democrat or Republican, that he was not killed. I mean, obviously some of the people on the left probably wish he was dead, but you don't know what this country would, you don't know the chaos we'd be in right now if that bullet would have been a few inches over. So God bless this country. God bless you. Have a nice day. Take care.